Good morning, guys. Bud and Abby, they're in puppy heaven. Brenda, she's asleep. Let's go ahead and dig into some of the news here. So, conflict of interest. The WHO's COVID investigator is recipient of Chinese Communist cash. Worked with Wuhan lab for 18 years. No. Conflict of interest? I think so. No wonder he found that it was the Australian beef where the Wuhan virus came from. Yeah, okay. By the way, I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day, and I know Brenda and I did. And yeah, it snowed here pretty good. Got to church. It was slow going, but got there. And anyway, and Brenda is doing very well. And by the way, I am due for surgery tomorrow morning. So I probably will not be here tomorrow morning. I probably won't be here for the next several days. So anyway, I will be recovering. Anyway, let's go ahead. Moving on to this here. Here's a video from Dr. Vernon Coleman. He says doctors and nurses giving the COVID-19 vaccine will be tried as war criminals. And as we know, this is a nasty vaccine. And it's you know, why anybody would take this vaccine, especially in the medical field, is beyond me. It really is. And this is a vaccine, as we've been told, that if it doesn't nail you, I mean, it nails a lot of people right away. But the really dangerous effects, if it doesn't kill you right away, the dangerous effects are from 4 to 15 months down the road. So, yeah, not a good one. And then, and by the way, if you want to look at, it's on YouTube. Go to YouTube. Dr. Vernon Coleman, doctors and nurses giving the COVID-19 vaccine will be tried as war criminals. And I don't know about the nurses, but I think Pfizer, Moderna, they may be tried that way. And then this here, how many of you have seen like this right here? That is the sign, the pedophilia sign, and you look at the number of people, the number of celebrities doing this sign here. Why would they do this in their? Why would so many of them do this in their videos, or they do this here? Why would they do that? Because it's very satanic. It's Luciferian, and it's child pedophilia, and people are going to wake up and are waking up more and more to how bad pedophilia really is. Like here's Lady Gaga, but this video goes through all kinds, and it's on Gab, and it's just horrendous, absolutely horrendous. And then this here, Republicans who voted to convict Trump face backlash at home. Oh, absolutely, you bet they do. And I guarantee you that the day that President Trump comes back, they are going to crap in their drawers. Absolutely crap. And then you'll never find justice in a country where criminals make the rules. And if this is so true, you look all around the world, and you've got criminals making the rules. And people are fed up. And apparently, what Trump and them have been able to do is to put in white hats all around the world. And so one of the things that's taking a long time, it's not just this country, as we know. This is worldwide. Russia, China, all through Europe, everywhere. I mean, you look at Myanmar, and they're going to clean house there. And the military really needs to step up to the plate all around the world and clean house. And And then moving on to Portuguese court rules, PCR tests are unreliable and unlawful. It's unlawful to quarantine people. And we're going to see this more and more. And it says a Portuguese appeals court has ruled that PCR tests are unreliable and that it is unlawful to quarantine people based solely on a PCR test. The court stated the test reliability depends on the number of cycles used and the viral load present, citing Jafar et al. And yeah, I mean, you can drill down 35, 40, 45 times, and eventually you're gonna get something, but it's a false positive. And so, good for them. Good for them. Moving on to Warnock, there in Georgia. This is now he's under investigation. This been for a few days. He's been under investigation for his role in Stacey Abrams' corrupt voter registration drive, and we're going to see a number of people. We may see as many as 30, 40, 50 people going to prison there in Georgia, just Georgia alone. And I mean, can you imagine all the other states involved? Imagine Michigan and all the rest. I mean, we may have as many as 100 people in all these states going to prison, and for a long time, very long time. And then how crazy is it that the entire world is aware of the fact that our elite not only are pedophiles, but they had an island that was used specifically to rape kids, and everyone is still going on with their lives like no big deal. How insane is that? And once again, people are waking up to this. You know, we've been oblivious to this. I mean, yeah, people, they knew that pedophilia occurred, yeah, but not to this degree, not like this. People are beginning to realize this is nuts. And then Trey Gowdy, we are not talking about fraudulent voting acts, but we're talking about is treason. When you coordinate 6 to 10 states using cyber warfare to change the outcome, these are treasonous acts. You know, what people, you know, we've been saying for a while here that Trump and them, they set these Democrats up. They set up China. They set up Iran. They let them do the whole thing to nail them in the act. And this thing is just beginning. And they're going to nail them all over the place. It's nuts. Absolutely crazy what we see going on. And it is treasonous. I mean, people are going to hang for this stuff. And then congressional sources confirm Adam Schiff used taxpayer money to settle a sexual harassment claim with a 19-year-old boy back in 2013. And we're going to find all kinds of people who use taxpayer money to settle sexual assault claims. And then this. It's a Democrat, and I can't remember his name. I'll get it here in a minute. Some of you probably already know it. But it was one of the leaders of the Democrat Party, and he goes on up to the podium, and it was a hot mic moment, and he goes, "This is all effed up," meaning the impeachment trial, and the Democrats got their rear ends handed to them, and I mean, it's like, wow, you know, I mean, it really backfired on them, something fierce. And there's something else that's coming to light here too, and that's with Britney Spears. As here on BitChute, the disturbing truth about Britney Spears now being exposed, and it's on. Let's see, the channel is, go to the official Meg Bitter Truth official. Oh no, Bamily Meg Nation. Bamily Meg Nation. And these young kids, I mean, there's there's very few kids that worked for Disney, that worked within Disney, that came out of it unscathed. Virtually all of them were abused. I mean, and abused for years and years. You know, I mean, oh my word. I mean, it's no wonder these people are so messed up. And then Pentagon admits it has UFO debris, releases test results. Well, we've known for a long time that they were covering up the UFO material and all the rest. And this is something that's going to come out more and more. It says a stunning admission by the U.S. government that it possesses UFO debris was recently made in response to a Freedom of Information Act request filed over 3 years ago by this author. In a reply letter, the U.S. Defense Intelligence Agency has ended decades of speculation by verifying that UFO material has indeed been recovered, now officially referred to as UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, and rather than the UFOs. Some of this material was placed with a defense contractor for analysis and storage in specialized facilities. Incredibly, part of the information released discusses material with shape recovery properties, much like the memory metal debris found fallen at the Roswell UFO crash in 1947. And we will see a lot more of this in due time. And then over in Syria, a mysterious weapon knocked out Syrian army battle tank in southern Idlib. It says on February 12th, a mysterious weapon knocked out a battle tank of the Syrian Arab army in the southern Idlib countryside. The battle tank blew up in the early morning hours after being hit with an unknown object. The battle tank was situated south of the government-held town of Marat al-Numan, way behind the front line. Opposition sources reported the incident, with some claiming that the battle tank was hit with an artillery round fired by Greater Idlib militants. However, this high level of accuracy is nearly impossible to achieve with unguided artillery rounds. The battle tank was also situated beyond the militants' line of sight. You know, I've said for a while that a lot of this stuff, we have stuff that nobody's ever seen. And, you know, you don't want to play. I mean, nobody with a brain wants World War. Nobody. And then this should be the red line in the sand for many of us. The administration, whitehouse.gov. This administration will not wait for the next mass shooting to heed that call. We will take action to end our epidemic of gun violence and make our schools and communities safer. Today I am calling on Congress to enact common sense gun law reforms, including requiring background checks on all gun sales, banning assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, and eliminating immunity for gun manufacturers who knowingly put weapons of war on our streets. We owe it to all those we've lost and to those left behind to grieve to make the change. The time to act is now. And they're going to come after our guns, without a doubt. You bet. And then this from Rob Gill. He says, PSA, everyone must go after every senator who voted not guilty. Go after every single aspect of their lives. Scream at them at airports. Call them at their homes at 3 a.m. Show up at their offices. These people are crazy. Can you imagine if we did that to them? Anyway, that is all for now. I want to thank all of you for your support. It is very much appreciated. God bless y'all and have a good day. Bye-bye, guys.